It's 3 days before my wedding and I am so sick. Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as IvyWinter. Thank you for joining me for another Wedding Wednesday. This is going to be like kind of my second to last one probably, because I get married on Saturday and I am really sick. I don't know if you can like tell. You probably can tell. I can hear it in my head, so you guys can probably hear it. I'm very congested. I tried very, very hard not to get sick. Peter was sick last week with a viral infection in his throat, and I did everything I could to avoid it, and yet I still got sick. I've been sick since Sunday, and it's been really, really crappy. I actually was in California with my friend Rob for another wedding, and I started to feel it on the plane ride home, and the plane ride home from California to New York is very long, so it was a very horrible, horrible plane ride back. And I'm feeling like 70% now. Is definitely worse the past 2 days. Totally swollen glands, it hurt to swallow, I had an itchy throat and all that. For the most part, this is better. It's not like perfect, but it definitely doesn't hurt the way that it used to. But I'm very congested, I'm still really tired, I definitely don't look myself. And it super sucks 3 days out to feel this sick. So the best thing that I can do right now is just rest and get a lot of vitamin C and you know, eat well and all of that good stuff, because there just isn't much else that I can do. I got tested for strep and I came back negative, so I can't like take antibiotics or anything. So this is me right now, suffering through the last few days before the wedding. I'm really, really excited. I'm also starting to get a bit nervous, not about getting married, but just walking down the aisle in front of people and just the whole day going right. You know, you put so much time and effort into this one day and you want it to work out the way that you want it to, so I am a bit nervous about that. Also, our forecast right now shows rain. We are playing it by ear, but if it does rain, we will not be able to take our photos in Central Park, which sucks. Lucky for us, our venue is really, really nice, so if we have to take all our photos there, it's okay, but it's just another thing this week that's just been kind of crappy. But what are you gonna do? Weather is the one thing you cannot control on your wedding day, so I cannot stress about it. All we can do is just work around it. Today though, for my last planning Wedding Wednesday, because next week will be more of a recap, I just want to talk about what I'm calling the chuck it bucket, which are things that a lot of people do for weddings that we have decided to just chuck. We're not gonna do it. We don't think that we need to do it. We were like, forget that, whether we knew in the beginning we weren't gonna do it or it was something that we discovered along the way. There's also a more adult way of saying this phrase, but it uses expletives. I'm sure you guys can figure it out if you think about what else rhymes with chuck. And because I don't wanna get like doxxed by YouTube, I'm not gonna use that here. So I'm gonna talk about the 5 things that I threw in the chuck it bucket. And I'm also really interested in those who are planning a wedding or have been married, what you threw in your chuck it bucket, because I think this is as important as, you know, all the things that you want to have in your wedding, is figuring out what is just not necessary for you. It might be for the next person, so this by no means am I saying like, oh, I didn't do this because I think this is stupid, or like, what's the point, because I totally understand the point for other people. It's just that for us, it didn't work. The first thing that we're throwing in the chuck it bucket that we knew from the get-go was the flower toss and the garter toss. I don't like them. I think they're kind of time consuming. They take away from the flow of the evening with dancing and everything. A lot of my friends are married or engaged already, or I don't know, just old enough that like the whole flower toss thing is kind of silly. I do have some young female cousins who I thought for a second, well, maybe they would want to do this, but like, I don't know, it seems kind of like an antiquated tradition for me personally. I'm not really into it. Garter toss, I've already spoken before about my feels about garter everything in general. Like, I have one, but like the whole, you know, someone else coming and getting the garter and going up the skirt, like that to me is like really weird. I don't like it. So that was actually the first thing that we removed. But then we knew that doing like a bouquet toss, we didn't really want to do it on its own. You know, those things kind of like coincide, so we just decided to get rid of both of them. I think it works for us. We're still doing a cake cutting. I know a lot of people actually now get rid of that as well. We're doing a cake cutting because we also want to take that moment to like thank everybody and give like a quick 30-second speech. But you know, it's fun. People like to see the cake, all that good stuff. So we are gonna do a cutting, but not the other two things. We threw video in our Chuck It bucket. Now this is a bit of a topic of contention for a lot of people. Some people swear by video and some people don't like it, and some people are indifferent. I was kind of indifferent for a bit, and obviously we knew we wanted photos, but like we weren't sure if we wanted to spend some money on videography. It can be very expensive, especially in New York. It's like thousands of dollars more, and I was kind of ambivalent to it. And I watched some videos and I did like some of the videos I saw, though I'm not like really big on this whole like, I don't know, I guess I don't like the like over stylized dramatic videos that have come out lately. And I get that now we have better technology and we have better editing and like all of that, but like it almost seems too much and too overblown for me personally. I'm not really big into it. But I do understand having video is like kind of cool, right? Like you want to actually see the movement, you want to actually see what happens. It's different than having just photos. But we came out on the side of no video because one, it just wasn't really in our budget. Two, I feel like video seems dated fairly quickly. And three, you know, I fortunately have a lot of friends going that are vloggers and that in general just love to video on their own. And I've given them permission to do so. And while it won't be the same as like a stylized, edited, whatever, it would be cool to see the wedding from their eyes. So I will still have some sort of video. It won't be professional, but we'll have something. I'm sure we'll have the pieces of the ceremony, we'll have some of the reception, some of dinner. It's all we really need. I don't need like a big long video to watch. And I honestly felt like, how often were we gonna watch it? We'd probably sit down and watch it a couple of times right after the wedding because it's really exciting and it just happened and we want to relive it. And then it would probably just sit on our computer or whatever. And if we have kids, we'd like show it to our kids, maybe once for every kid that we have or whatever it might be. But like, I just didn't see it being something that was going to be watched over and over. Whereas like photographs, I can share them out with a whole bunch of people. I can print them out and have them hanging up in the apartment. I don't know. It just, I can put them in the thank you cards. Like it just felt like that was a no-brainer. Video is not for us. The third thing that we are throwing in the Chuck It bucket is escort cards. That's not to say we're not having assigned tables. We are, because I think that not having assigned tables can be a little crazy. I'm totally for not having assigned seats. Like I'm cool with saying like, hey, you're at table 12. Like figure out where you want to sit at table 12. But we are not doing the actual printed little cards because we have 130 people coming to this wedding and it's really expensive to do. And even if we go for a cheaper route, then we have 130 stupid little cards that we have to carry with us to the venue and make sure not a single one gets lost, da 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 da. So what we did instead was printed out a really big poster board that is one seating chart. So it's gonna go up on an easel. Our venue has easels they can provide. It's gonna sit in cocktail hour for the whole hour so people have time to see where they're sitting. And it's literally just like table 1, table 2, table 3, and the list of all the people underneath it. We thought about doing alphabetical until we realized that my last name begins with an M and his last name begins with an M, which means that the M's were gonna just be like absurdly long. So we just decided not to do by alphabetical names and we just did by table. So people will have to take the time to like find their name, but you know, again, they have a whole hour to do that during cocktail hours, so it's not like they're going to be like rushing to check it before they go into dinner. And honestly, it cost us so much less money. Like it was probably, I paid like, I don't know, $5 or $6 for the design from someone on Etsy, edited it myself, and then printed it out for like, I don't know, around 20-something dollars. So altogether, it was like 30-something dollars to get this done, as opposed to over 100 to print out all of our escort cards. Welcome bags went into the Chuck It bucket. We were going to do welcome bags. This was a long time planned thing. For the people who stay in the hotel block, you're gonna get a welcome bag that has like a bottle of water and, you know, whatever else, aspirin for next morning if you're hungover, and like, I don't know, snacks and all that good stuff. We were going to do this, we had the list, we knew what bags we were gonna buy, we were just waiting for confirmation on how many people were at each hotel. Well, it turns out that a lot of people, especially like friends, just decided to book wherever the hell they wanted and didn't book in the block, which is fine, totally up to them. Especially because the blocks were around 200 a night, and for Manhattan, I mean, that's not terrible, but like you could probably find something for like 180 or 170 even, so they might have found something a little cheaper. And whatever the reasons are, they went into other hotels. So we have 2 hotels for the hotel block, and we probably only have about, at least in the list we got, 3 to 4 rooms booked in each. It just didn't seem to make sense to do like 6 welcome bags. It just seemed like a waste of money at that point because it wasn't enough people. There wasn't enough people staying in our blocks. We couldn't figure out where everyone else was staying, and we weren't going to deliver welcome bags outside of the blocked hotels because that is a pain in the butt. Like, we had to be the ones to deliver them. So if I had to deliver like 1 bag here and 2 bags there and whatever, like that would have been a nightmare. So about a month ago, we looked at each other and we said, do we really need to do welcome bags? Like, is this really something that needs to be done? And we decided no. So it didn't make sense for the amount of people that we had. If we had a whole bunch of people staying at hotels, maybe we would have changed that. And if there's a whole bunch of staying in the blocks, we would have changed that. But because the number was so tiny, it was just kind of a waste of money for us. And the last thing that I threw in the checkup bucket was a traditional father-daughter dance. My father and I do not have a sappy relationship. I think I've talked about this before as well. We are not like sappy, like daddy's little girl, like any of that. We have a great relationship, but it's never been like that, you know? I've always been very independent. He's always raised me to be that way. We have a great relationship, but it's not in that sort of way. And I feel like a lot of the songs cater to that, and they just make me roll my eyes, and I just don't like them, and I just can't relate. So what we're doing instead is we are going to dance the hustle to the song Born to Be Alive, which is a 70s disco song that he and I used to sing all the time when I was a kid, when it would come on the radio all the time. And he loves his disco. My mom loved disco. They used to dance the hustle all the time. They met in a disco in the 70s, like a dance club in the city. So it all kind of comes full circle and made sense to me, and we wanted something fun, not serious. And when I told him, like, this is what I want to do, I want to dance the hustle, teach me how to dance it, and like, we're not going to do a slow dance, he was so excited. He was all for that. He was like, I've watched all those YouTube videos of like the father-daughter doing those choreographed dances to like a bunch of different songs, and I thought, and I was like, oh no, you're going to say like, I thought this is what we're gonna do, because no, Dad, I'm not doing a choreographed dance with you. But he was like, no, I just thought like it was fun, like that was more like us. And so I feel like that conversation went really well, because he was totally fine skipping the sappy slow dance. Peter and his mom will have a slow dance afterwards, so there will be that, and people can join and all of that. But like for us, it's gonna be upbeat and fun, and just kind of a tribute to what my dad loved and what my mom loves, and them dancing together, and like, you know, all of that stuff. So I'm really excited about that. Actually, tonight I have to go to where he rented like an Airbnb. I have to go over there, and he's gonna teach me how to dance the hustle. I had no idea, so I need to not look like a fool. So that's it. Those are the 5 things that I threw in my chuck it bucket. We are so excited. I mean, it really is in 3 days, and despite feeling like this and sounding like this, I'm still really excited, and I know it'll be a great day, and despite rain, I'm sure it'll be a great day. I cannot believe it's so soon. I can't wait to have a recap with you, and just go over all of that stuff with you, because it's gonna be really fun. And Peter's gonna be in that video. He agreed like weeks ago. He's gonna be in the recap. We're gonna talk about what went right, what went wrong, what was our favorite part, and you know, all that good stuff. So hopefully we'll even have some like pictures to show you. They might be like guest photos. I don't know how long the photographer takes to show like sneak peeks, so I can't promise professional photos by then, but we will have some pictures to show you. And I'm really excited. I cannot believe that the next time I make one of these videos, I am going to be a Mrs. It's very weird. It's a very weird thought. Thank you so much, guys, for following me through this whole wedding planning journey, from sickness and health and you know, everything from figuring out my venues and meeting vendors to now 3 days out before the wedding. Like, it's been an incredible ride. It's been so great to get so much advice from you guys and to have great conversations with you guys about it. I've really had a lot of fun doing this series, and I hope that it helps you if you are planning a wedding, whether it's now or 2 years or who knows. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, then you should subscribe. You know, like I said, if you want to see the recap next week, you should definitely subscribe. You'll know when it's up. But I also do other videos, mostly Disney videos, but sometimes some other cool things too. So definitely check that out. And I will catch you, I guess, when I'm a married woman. All right, see you later, guys. Bye.